It's all gonna matter, regardless of what people think. It's not even an aesthetic or anything like this, a lifestyle. People just don't understand. You choose who you want to be, because you're not gonna become dangerous by saying that you're dangerous. I mean, keep in mind, like, everybody's life is a movie, right? For some, they don't even consider it. For some, they don't even consider it. For others, it's more like a, how do you say it? Like they was in their 20s. Now it's been 10 years. They are in their 30s. What happened during those 10 years? What did you do during those 10 years? Majority of times they don't even mention it. It's like you spent close enough during those 10 years, like maybe 2 years in over here, 2 years over there. Oh, it's my bottom. Like 2 years in each single job that you had. I put this on so it don't make no noise. It's pissing me off. Like, you had way more than enough time. Like, if you chose to be in a career, even though you was making $100,000, or maybe you did, right? You invest your money very well. It's not always gonna make sense. Like, some prioritize their health to the max, meaning that, it don't matter what job it is, it don't matter how many hours, you're still gonna sleep 8 hours. You're not gonna let the job, this and that, but keep in mind, I'm not saying that you're gonna slave away your hours, but manage your time very well. Know how you're gonna spend your money. I never understood that of a man. I never will and never don't even care to understand it. It just does not make sense to me. I'm not gonna keep it. You're telling me that in the past 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, you didn't care to do this, you didn't care to pursue it, you didn't care at all, and you still stay in the job that you want. You know what I mean? It might not be the best job ever, but supposedly, you got all that overtime and this and that. It don't seem like, you invest your money. If all you talk about is bull crap majority of the times, and you're wasting your money like nothing. Whoa. This guy's light is super heavy. I mean, that's gonna be popped off anyway. But fun fact, like, I seen it myself. I can talk about these things because I seen it myself. Keep in mind, I was not working out like I am during that time. I was not. But regardless of anything, right? I was not eating good. I was not. Baby, I was not eating good. What's so good? What's so good? Whatsoever, whatever the case might be, I was not. It was bad. Like, I was eating bars. Like, those bars with protein. And some of them didn't even have protein. I was eating that and caffeine. How did I survive? You don't even want to know. I appreciate it because, like, it opened my eyes to see something, even though it was physical. Now that's hard labor. I wouldn't say more hard labor, more like difficult than construction. Because keep in mind, like, what's more heavier than cement? If I'm being super honest enough, like, if there's something very similar to that, I would say it's FedEx. FedEx might seem like a good sort of opportunity, even though it's like a dead-end job, because like the best spot that you can get at FedEx will be either supervisor, manager, or a driver. Those three things right there will separate you from the rest and from everybody else. How do I know this stuff? Because when I applied to FedEx, I didn't care to make friends, and I still don't care. Whatever job I be at, I really don't care. I'm there to work, level up my career, and keep going. But it doesn't mean for you to know my information or even know like what's my favorite color type of thing, even though it seems like innocent. And it might sound like it's not sound human, but it's just the truth. I just want to work. I don't care about making a relationship with nobody. I really don't care. Dislike me, like me, I really don't care. I can make you like me, but is it worth it if I'm being honest enough? You want me to sound like you? You want me to be another you? No, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be like you, nothing at all. No. It's just crazy to me because, like, how do you waste all that time? You know? You could have became whatever you wanted and you wasted all that time? Nah. It's hard for me to understand. Difficult for me to understand. It only takes one single action of you to make a change. Why is that guy driving in the middle of the lane? You see, if I did that, if I did that, nah. I hope the driver's alright, but still, I see worse. With heavy traffic, two people just going extremely fast, even though they might be experienced, it doesn't really matter. I would understand, like, you know, if they're having like a, like, you know, like a drive along, if that's what they call it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, you know, why would you? I mean, that goes for me as well. I'm not just gonna say this plainly, you know, publicly, and then I know where I'm doing the opposite of what I'm saying. I hate that too. I don't like that. No, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. No, I hate that so much of myself. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. I don't care who you are. It does not matter. That's why I'd rather be solo. I'd rather be solo. If there's people now, and keep in mind, you're never gonna meet them. Even if you ever think of having a chance, you're not gonna get that chance. Meeting a new billionaire in today's age, it's extremely difficult. You're not gonna get that chance. If those type of people are reaching the billions, surpassing the millions, that means that it's getting much easier than ever. Because keep in mind, all they're doing is work. But you just can't say that, oh, they're working and this and that. No, they're working. They're doing other stuff that maybe the average person's still doing. This is not like an employment that you just go there, you know exactly what you're doing, and then you're out. No, there's a whole different game. It might seem the same thing every single day, but if you're not doing something different every single day, even if it seems like a little test, it will separate you. And yeah, it could separate you from the average if you're posting every single day, like so many videos, even if it was high quality. That could separate you, but not entirely. Like, yeah, 30 videos, it's a lot. Not everybody can post that. 200 videos, still a lot. High quality, might flop, might go viral, might work, but how does it separate you? It is separating you, but separating you in a unique way that nobody can compare to you, nah. Because eventually somebody's gonna come, and it's gonna do the exact same thing. But what is the difference, though? You know, what is the difference that is separating them for everybody else, and just doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it to the point that they don't have to, because of course that's why, you know, now they have the funds available just to get somebody. At that point, it separates you even heavier, because all you have to worry about is just one thing, one single thing when you have the funds. But when you don't have the funds, you still have to put in the hours. You have to. You have no choice. Vacations, don't even think about it. Nah. You can go on a vacation and you can still work. That's the good thing about this. You never stop working. You basically live to work. Is it a bad thing because I have done it myself, and I still will. Because keep in mind, like, when you build an empire, a lot of people are gonna depend on you. And if it's not on you, it's in your company. Whatever you're doing that is so good that it's just pulling thousands and thousands of numbers. I'm not saying millions because it's not realistic, you know what I mean? You gotta start off with what you either saw or what do you think it's possible. Because even with the thousands, you still gotta calculate, okay, what's my biggest expense? How do I maintain this in off days? Even in slow days, how can I create volume? How can I extend it, you know? How can I keep these people working? Even on the slow days, you know what I mean? But regardless of anything, like, you know, there's always somebody's gonna be shopping every single day. There's always that one person you're gonna find. Somebody's shopping every single day. Somebody's selling every single day. You just don't see it. It doesn't have to be in that certain spot. Majority of the times, it's where there's volume. And even though that, when there's volume, you still gotta calculate everything. In other words, you gotta stay disciplined with a certain numbers. Just because you made $1 million this year, it does not mean that you should keep $1 million. It's not realistic. Even close to $1 million, like $500,000, even after taxes, even after deductions, it's all for yourself. I just don't think it's realistic. Because keep in mind, it's yours. Yes, it is yours. And I'm not saying this to be wise. I'm not saying this to separate me. I know who I am, and I know exactly what I'm saying. But it's just, it doesn't make sense. If you could build a structure, if you could build a system just for yourself, and know how to live below your means as possible, because if there's a certain amount of clothes that you like and you already have it, that's different. Because if you don't have it and you're buying something like a uniform, then that's a whole different thing as well. But in that case, let's say if you did have it, the clothes, right? Because not everybody starts like that. Everybody's different. I could talk about that based on experience because, for example, when I was doing from 19, even surpassing that, just to break through, because according to my calculations, I was very limited. Very limited. Not because I couldn't get a job. No, that was not the point. The point is that I'm looking for something that, not to maintain me, but if I can live up my career with that, and it pays my bills, because I know exactly how my structure works. I know how my system works. If the company could help me with that, then so be it. But it's just the fact that I see too many things, you know what I mean? Too many people comfortable, which it's not a bad thing, neither a good thing, because it's your job at the end of the day, right? But if you get too comfortable, any day or so, you could lose your job. You could be making $100,000 every single year and even surpassing that. And even when you still get comfortable, excuse me for this stutter, right? I'm very interested in this topic, but if you get too comfortable, you might make little mistakes. Even with those little mistakes, you still gotta pay for it. It happens at every single job, even when you're a manager. It happens. But what happens next? Of course, you gotta fix it. You can't let being comfortable, take over you. At that point, you're doing something great. You're beating it. What's another thing that I should mention before I end the video? Well, if you don't let being comfortable destroy you, neither control you, should you let the job control you? Should you let those limitations, even the hours, control you? Of course not. Even with 5 to 7 hours left for you to enjoy, still. You can sleep 3 hours every single day and manage your energy, because because your energy's gonna be drained to the point that you need caffeine. You need caffeine every single day. You need it. It's a must. But if you didn't let that stop you, if you didn't let none of that stop you, then what was the excuse? What was it? And keep in mind, now that we're getting to the end of the video, I'm talking about me. If I didn't let none of this stuff stop me, then what was the excuse? Is it planning? I can plan it. Even when it becomes urgent. So what is it exactly? Because I already been through this before. I would say just do it. It's a very simple word. Very, very simple word. Close to no much of value. Just do it. Very simple, but just do it. It might hurt. Of course it does. But just do it. I mean, at the end of the day, is somebody tell you to not do it? No. Is somebody telling you that it's lame? No. You are free from all those comments. From all those words, you're free. Problematics. You name it. Stalkers. You're freed from that. So, what is the next word? Continuation. I had to say, God, I forgive this person, but if he does it again, it's all for him. Because I don't see, if the person not disrespecting anybody else, and I see a pattern, nah, it's all against me. It means that they're trying to get me fired, which is lame. Very, very lame. I don't care how much I hate somebody. I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm there to work. I really don't care about making relations or friendships. And plus, you shouldn't make friendships at work. I mean, I'm not saying it's lame. It's just that, like, if it gets to a point that, you guys have to get the work done and you're still very comfortable. I mean, regardless, just to explain a little bit better, when it comes time to work for real, and you guys need each other, you guys are not doing exactly what you're supposed to do, then, who's going to win at the end of the day? Either you get written up, more than 7 strikes or 2 strikes, and you're out. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but if you guys have both of you guys have good communications and get the work done, then I think that shouldn't stop you anyway. I think that could work. But the thing is that I've seen it so many times to the point that it just doesn't work with me. It doesn't work with me. If it works for anybody else, then good for you. But when it comes time to work, nah, you gotta work. You gotta say, hey, we cannot make no mistakes at all. And if you do, fix it. Fast, fix it. Very simple, honestly. But anyways, God bless every single one of y'all. This is ASMR. Nothing much I could say, nothing much I could say, nothing much I have in my mind, nothing much I have to say because I'm not even thinking about it, just saying it purely. But anyways, y'all already know. God bless y'all.